It's the time of the weekly analysis, and before that, guys, I just wanted to share with you what happened in the VIP group of Telegram, because I believe we did really so well. We closed this week with more than 300 pips of profit, but again, that was of course the total pips amount that we have made with these signals. So here is the VIP group, guys. Once you join it, you will find these signals right in front of you. As you can see, I'm just making a tour here, showing you the results of the last week. And notice that the losses here are very small and tiny losses, such as 7 pips, 0 pips break even. Good profits, pound NZD, hit take profit number 1, 30 pips of profit, and so on. So I'm scrolling right here in front of you without hiding anything at all. Look at that, look at the greens, guys. I'm so proud of these results. Thankfully, the VIP group really did so well. I mean, pound AUD made 110 pips of profit for those who have aimed take profit number 3. Check this out, guys. Continuous profits, of course, small losses here and there. This is normal, and also the losses are small, such as 15 pips only. If we continue scrolling again, we can see the losses, guys, are really small, such as 25 pips against 25 pips of profit. Again, EURUSD 50 pips of profit, take profit number 2. So as we can see, guys, so many profits against very few losses. And again, this is how the Forex market. It's normal, guys, to have few losses here and there, but thankfully the profits are much bigger. So of course, if you wish to join the VIP group of Telegram, please contact our support. You can find their contact details in the description below of this video. Contact them today, and hopefully, guys, we will see you there. Alright, so let's now begin with the weekly analysis, and as usual, we will start with the EURUSD. But before that, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, as you can see here, guys, I'm so happy with my entry on the Friday analysis on the EURUSD. As we can see, the entry was so accurate. The market has reversed exactly at the given price of the sell at 1.05538. It was really a sniper entry, and of course, I'm so proud of it. So it went in 45 pips of profit. Total was, of course, 58 pips of profit. Anyway, what's next with the EURUSD? Well, for a starter, let's just now delete everything and let's now analyze this pair. Let's now move to the weekly chart. So right here, guys, on the weekly chart, we can notice that the market is actually moving in a strong downtrend. And it seems to me like the market has actually made here a strong bearish breakout from that level of a support right here at 1.05364. Pay attention, this was a strong real level of the support since October 2022. And as you can see, finally, the previous week, actually, the EURUSD has actually closed as a pin bar right here above that level of the support. But the next candle showing a strength in the bearish momentum, and that means that most likely the EURUSD will continue the fall. I mean, after the appearance of that pin bar right here, many of us thought that the EURUSD is going to continue the rise, but again, the bearish momentum is stronger right here, and the dollar is actually gaining some strength, and that's the reason we can see that the pair is falling. I would say that we can continue selling the EURUSD at least till it reach the lowest level of a support right there at the lowest level of the pin bar at 1.04472. That means that the EURUSD still has about 60 pips more to go. So moving now to the daily chart. Again, on the daily chart, the bearish momentum right here is strong again, and most likely the EURUSD will fill this gap right here. I mean, not fill this gap. I mean, this is not the right way to say it. I mean, it's going to continue the fall till it reach that level of the support after failing to break out from that level of a resistance. So that being said, we will continue selling the EURUSD, but again, we need to find the entry. So moving now to the 4-hour time frame. Now, right here, guys, on the 4-hour time frame, if we check here the resistance trend line, exactly just like that. Now, right here, we can notice that the market has actually been able to respect the same level of the resistance trend line. Now, what you will do next is simply drag this the ending point of that resistance trend line, keeping the starting point as it is. Just drag the ending point and just move it all the way right here to that next level of the resistance trend line. That's what we call the magic of trend lines. And actually, I'm thinking to make a video explaining it, because I'm sure many of you didn't watch the magic of trend lines part 1 and part 2 videos right here on my channel. So therefore, I would think it's not a bad idea to make a new video explaining the trend lines. Anyway, so we're having here that level of a resistance trend line has actually faced right here a fake breakout from that level, and right here we're having resistance trend line number 1, number 2, number 3, and finally another fake breakout, and right here resistance trend line number 1. Therefore, I would recommend to sell the EURUSD right here, right on the second attempt of the resistance trend line. Right here, actually, since we're having a support level right there, exactly. So there is a possibility for a pullback to happen, and if that happens, that will be actually we can actually expect a potential pullback to happen right here. Now, to find the exact entry, we need to look at the left side to decide to find actually the resistance level, and as we can see right there exactly, that was the nearest real level of a resistance to that bearish breakout candle. Because if we look at that bearish candle right here, guys, we're having here a support, fake breakout, then right here is the nearest resistance to that bearish breakout candle. That's the reason I would recommend to sell the EURUSD right on that level. So it will be first of all respecting the resistance trend line plus respecting the horizontal level of a resistance, and the take profit level will be placed just right there at the lowest level of a support right there. So therefore we can actually expect to make approximately I would say 80 pips profit from this signal, and a safe zone that shouldn't be ranging higher than this level of a previous resistance right there at 1.05836 for about 55 pips. Actually, we can make it a little bit less than that. Yes, just like that. So the safe zone will be ranging for 45 pips only. Moving now to the pound USD. Alright, so again, pound USD was also a perfect signal, guys. It was running in about 30 pips of loss inside of the safe zone, but eventually went in total of 70 pips of profit and currently 55 pips of profit. Of course, this was from the Friday analysis video. So another great signal, and I hope you guys have taken it. And before we continue, again, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's try to make this video reach 300 likes. Hopefully it will make it. Anyway, let's now delete the old signal and let's see what we can do next with this pair. Moving again to the weekly chart. Now again, very similar thing can be seen right here with the EURUSD. We're having here that level of a real resistance exactly at 1.22801, which has been respected repeatedly, as we can see. Now we have here one attempt to break out from that level, but again, the market has actually went below that level of a resistance, and right here, the previous week showed us right here a pin bar, or actually a hammer, where actually we have expected from this pair to continue the rise, but as you can see, the last week candle shows a strong bearish momentum. Again, that level of a resistance trend line right here is controlling the market, and as you can see, it has been respected again as a new resistance trend line. So the pound USD will most likely, guys, gonna continue the fall, and I assume that just for a safety measures, we will actually be continuing selling the pair until it reaches the nearest support to the entry right here. That means that the pair still has about almost 100 pips more to go. Moving now to the daily chart. Now on the daily chart, also we're having here a failure in breaking out from that level of a resistance. That right here we're having the resistance on the daily chart, and it has been indeed respected. So this was a very, very accurate entry. So anyway, guys, most likely the pound USD again will continue the fall to reach the same level of the previous support. This was of course a support number 1, and right here the market will continue the fall till it reaches support number 2, or to create support number 2. Moving to the 4-hour time frame again. Right there on the 4-hour time frame, actually it's very similar to the EURUSD. Again, we will check here the resistance trend line. As you can see, it has been respected. Now what we will do next is simply drag the same line right here, and as you can see right there, we are having a resistance trend line number 1, number 2, and number 3, and we're having one fake breakout. Not fake breakout, sorry, because it became here a support trend line for once only, and then instantly the market broke out from that level. So again, there is a support zone right here. And if the market is going to make a pullback, and most likely it will make, then we can expect from the market to respect the same level of the resistance trend line right here as well, and then continuing the fall. So to find, of course, the exact entry point, let's look at the left side, and there it is. We're having right here the nearest resistance level to the bearish breakout candle. Same analysis to the EURUSD. Right here is the nearest resistance to that bearish breakout candle. Therefore, it will be respecting both the resistance trend line and the horizontal resistance, then continuing the fall toward our target. So that being said, we can actually expect to make approximately 124 pips profit from this signal, and the safe zone ranging for about 63 pips only. Moving now to the AUDUSD. Alright, so AUDUSD from the Friday analysis, of course, hasn't been activated, but at least it went in the right direction and almost hit the take profit level. So what's next with this pair? Moving to the weekly chart, guys, I need to finish this video very fast, so let's now move quickly between the pairs. So as we can see right here, guys, the AUDUSD is obviously still moving in a strong bearish momentum, and most likely it will continue the fall till it reach the lowest level of the support on the weekly chart at 0.61972, which means we still have 92 pips more to go. So moving now to the daily chart. Again, on the daily chart, we're having here a strong re-level of a resistance trend line, and the market kept actually make attempts to break out from that level. We have here one fake breakout number one, fake breakout number two, and consistent respecting of that level as a resistance trend line, which confirms the strength or the power of the bearish momentum. However, right now we can notice that the AUDUSD is actually right here on a support level. So there is a possibility for a pullback to happen, and if that happens, I accidentally paused the video. Anyway, we will continue shorting the pair. So moving now to the 4-hour time frame. Now what we can see right here, guys, is simply a resistance trend line right there, as we can see, exactly just like that. So right here, what I will do is simply check this out. That is the trick of it. Right here, we're having a resistance trend line, has been facing a fake breakout, but right here we do have resistance trend line number one, resistance trend line number two, number three, and then fake breakout number one, fake breakout number two. We can see right here a small attempt of a resistance trend line. So anyway, the moral of it is we will continue selling the AUDUSD after it make a pullback right here, respecting the same level of a resistance trend line. And of course, let's move to the 1-hour time frame, because the 4-hour time frame is just a little bit messy. Right here, we're having the nearest level of a resistance at 0.63119, which actually has become also a strong key support level. And I would assume if there will be a pullback right here, then we can most likely sell the AUDUSD exactly on the same level of that resistance. That means we have to wait for the market to rise to another 16 pips before we can continue shorting it. Now back to the daily chart to identify the take profit level. Take profit level will be right here at the nearest key support level, exactly right there at 0.62493, aiming approximately 62 pips of profit. Back to the 1-hour time frame right now, and squeeze the chart just like that. Yes, fantastic. So the safe zone will be ranging just a little bit right here till the peak of the nearest resistance right there as 0.63400. So therefore, guys, our safe zone is ranging for about 27 pips only against 62 pips of profit. Moving to the USDCAD. So USDCAD unfortunately has failed, as you can see. Yes, I assume it hasn't actually broken out from the safe zone, but in general it's running in loss, and for that reason we consider it as a failed one from the Friday analysis. Either way, what can we do next with the USDCAD? Well, let me just tell you something, guys. If we move to the weekly chart, the bullish momentum right here is still strong. As we can see, that level of a support trend line has consistently been respected, and I believe that we're having here also a right here we're having also a broken level of the resistance trend line. Check this out, and it has recently been retested. Again, this is based on the weekly chart. So therefore, I believe that we will continue buying the USDCAD. It is going to continue the rise since it actually has made the breakout from that level of a triangle. Now, if we zoom in right here also, we're having this bullish breakout candle from that level of a resistance. Now, this price action is usually good to confirm a continuation in the rise. If the breakout candle, guys, was something like this, with a small wick at the top and small tail at the bottom, usually it indicates a continuation in the rise, and most likely the market will continue rising. Like for example right here, this one. This was the bullish breakout candle from that level of a resistance, and it is exactly what I'm talking about. As you can see, the next weeks brought us blue candles. If we can find another one right here, hopefully, if I'm lucky enough. I don't see any candle right here. Anyway, let's just continue and move to the smaller time frame, such as 4-hour time frame. So right here, what we are having is a previous level of a resistance, but also I want to highlight that we're having right here exactly the nearest level of a strong key support level. And if the market might continue the fall to reach that area, that will be great. I believe that this support will be respected and that resistance will be retested, and then the USDCAD will continue the rise. So that put us with about 37 pips more to go before we can continue buying this pair. And I believe also, if we check the Fibonacci retracement, this was also almost Fibonacci 50, which will be retested most likely, and then we can continue buying this pair. So that being said, I would recommend to buy the USDCAD from 1.36101, aiming approximately right here the highest level of a real resistance at 1.37280, expecting to make 118 pips of profit, and a safe zone that shouldn't be ranging lower than this level of a support right here at for about 50 pips at 1.35595. Moving now to the USDJPY, and again guys, I'm still not gonna give any analysis on this pair. Why? Because I need to see a clear movement right here after reaching that level of a resistance. I want to see either a clear bearish fall or a bullish breakout from that level of resistance. Until then, it's gonna be very risky to trade this pair, and I would recommend to avoid it until the movement here is clear. So therefore, no signal again for the USDJPY. Let's now skip to the NZD/USD. Alright, so NZD/USD at least has went in the right direction from the Friday analysis video, but of course hasn't been activated. So let's now delete this signal and see what we can do next with this pair. Moving to the weekly chart. Okay, so as you can see guys, that level of a previous support has already become here a new resistance. And again, since July 2023, the market is actually trying to make attempts to break out from that level of a previous support, but it's always continuously failing. Now finally the price action right here shows a strong, actually a very strong bearish reversal signal, and most likely the NZD/USD will continue to fall deeply till it reaches that support at 0.55604. So that being said, let's now move to the daily chart just to confirm our theory right here. So therefore, currently the NZD/USD is actually facing right here a support zone, so there is a possibility for a pullback to happen. And if that happens, of course, we will seize this opportunity and continue shorting this pair. Now it's important to highlight that we are also having right here a broken level of a support trend line, exactly just like that. And now the market has made here the bearish breakout from that support trend line. So therefore, what we can do next is simply wait for the pullback to happen, retesting that support trend line, and then boom, it's gonna continue to fall. So, oops. All right. So moving now to the 4-hour time frame. Right here, what we will do is simply highlight the nearest level of a resistance, which is right there exactly. Let me just be accurate, exactly just like that, at 0.59039. That was of course the strongest real level of a resistance, which is the nearest one to that bearish breakout candle. Also it's matching up along with our previous support trend line. So therefore, most likely guys, it's going to be safe to sell the NZD/USD right here after it makes a pullback for about 17 pips only. Also, let's just apply the resistance trend line just to be sure, of course. And sure enough, check this out. That's a perfection right there. Actually, not like that. Just be sure, exactly just like that. Yes, fantastic. So right here, resistance trend line number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, and support trend line for only one attempt, and then instant breakout from that level. So therefore, if the pullback is going to happen, it will also not only be respecting the resistance trend line, but also the resistance level right there, but also it will be retesting or actually respecting that level of a resistance trend line. So therefore, let's sell the NZD/USD right on that level. Meanwhile, our take profit level, and based on the daily chart, will be right there at the nearest key support level to our entry at 0.5399, aiming approximately 63 pips profit from this signal. and of course a safe zone that shouldn't be ranging higher than this level of a previous resistance right here as 0.59341 for about 30 pips only. Moving now to the gold. Okay, so of course this was my first failure in analyzing the gold for the last 3 months, I think. Of course, guys, what happened here is supported by the recent developments happening in the Middle East and the recent incidents or war between Gaza and Israel. Of course, it has led to this rising in the gold, and I believe that we can expect more continuation in the rise between in the rise with the gold. So therefore, let's now analyze it and let's see where we can actually expect to continue buying the gold. Now the gold might actually be way overbought right here after rising for about 640 pips on Friday alone. Now since the gold is actually facing right here a resistance zone, there is a possibility for a pullback to happen, and I believe that we can start buying the gold exactly right here at the nearest strong key support level as 1907.21. Right now we are actually at 1932.41, which means of course we have broken the edge of 1900s bracket, and most likely, guys, as I'm telling you always, this is a critical level of the gold. It won't just easily broke out from it that simple. Most likely it will make a retest first of that level of a support right here, because most likely it's gonna happen, because actually right here we're having a resistance trend line, as we can see. Let me just show it to you, just like that. So right now the pullback might begins exactly at the opening on Monday. We can expect a gap to happen. I don't think it's gonna be a bullish one. I don't think the gap is gonna be right here somewhere like this one happened right here. Of course, I believe the gold right now is gonna be calm after this strong bullish movement, and most likely it will make a pullback right here for it's gonna fall for about 250 pips. And again, this is really nothing when we are talking about the gold. We have to be sure and we have to be safe if we are going to buy this pair. Of course, if we buy the pair, I would recommend to keep this level as a resistance right here as our take profit level at 1952.51. Now, of course, again, I know it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to send a signal and the market is approaching the take profit level and is way more far than the entry. But again, I'm telling you, I'm expecting a gap to happen. Now, it might be a bullish one again, but I don't think so, since we are having here that level of a resistance trend line. Since the market has actually closed exactly on that level of a resistance trend line, I'm expecting a gap to happen and the market to open at somewhere right here, very close to that level of a support. Hopefully it will happen, because right now, actually, to be honest with you guys, English is not my native language and I'm trying my best to explain it, but I think now the gold is going to be calm after what's happening. It's just really hard to explain and I don't have energy to talk. Anyway, let's buy the gold exactly at that level and the safe zone that shouldn't be ranging lower than 1890 for about 170 pips. Meanwhile, our take profit level is gonna be almost 458 pips of profit. Let me now write the signal for you. Alright guys, so there goes your signal for the gold and for the USD pairs of this coming week. Hopefully it will be a good week and hopefully we will make a good profits with these signals. Of course, also don't forget to check out our VIP group of Telegram to receive up to 5 signals every day. You can be part of Xtreme Trader team and you can join this channel right here. Just contact our support and they will provide you with all the details that you need to know. Until then, I hope that was informative to you and I would like to thank you for watching.